Hello, my name is Van Smith, managing partner here at Smith Strong Law Firm. Today I'd like to speak to you generally about bigamous marriages or divorcing your wife or husband or spouse or partner abroad and then thinking you're good. Here's the typical fact pattern that we see. Folks are first generation or maybe second generation legal immigrants to this country. They are married either here or they're married abroad, say in Asia or the Middle East. They come here, they have a successful professional career. Oftentimes, one of the parties is staying home with the children. The other party has been very extensively educated and now working as a doctor or an engineer or a software engineer. Marriage breaks down. The husband typically, and of course it could be either party, but typically what we'll see is the husband will then fly back to the home country, try to secure either a religious or a divorce decree, which are typically easier to get in certain countries abroad in the Middle East and Asia. Come back with that piece of paper that certifies a divorce for pennies on the dollar. Come back, present that to typically the wife who is staying at home with the children, and what we see over and over, the spouse will then say, "We're done," and typically, though not always, the wife will come to us in tears, worried about what's going to happen, how she's going to pay for a roof over her head, how she's going to support her children, what happens to the house. Oftentimes, there is typically someone else already in the picture with her husband, now living with her husband, either in the marital home or in a new apartment. And there's a tremendous amount of hurt and emotion, and there's just financial destitution and severe trauma. And there's all of that circling in the conference room. What can be done? Well, first off, what do Virginia courts do in these cases? The Court of Appeals in 2025 has said that though this couple's marriage was valid under Syrian law, and then they moved to Virginia, and that Syrian law allowed for polygamy, that is, for a man to simply fly back to Syria, marry someone else, and have two wives, one of whom he lives with and another whom he may not even support. And so when he came back to Virginia, the courts in Virginia said that second marriage was void ab initio. Yes, that may have worked in Syria or Pakistan or some other country outside of our shores, but when it occurred, it was a violation of Virginia law, and so you are now seeking to live here as a married couple. In that marriage, polygamy, it is void ab initio, void on its face, void at the moment it occurred. It was void in our laws if you're trying to live here and abide and cohabit here. And so it was simply treated by the Court of Appeals in Virginia in 2025 as simply not ever having occurred. Very interesting. A legal construction or deconstruction of a polygamous marriage abroad was treated as if it never occurred when it came to our shores. Then the court said that because it did not occur, that the marriage and subsequent divorce must occur here because the unequal, inequitable laws abroad were not equitable for the wife who would now be destitute here. So in other words, there was not an equitable distribution. And so Virginia said, you cannot simply go abroad with a Virginia marriage, living here, go abroad, get a divorce there, come back and expect it to be over. It is not over. There's still equitable division of property from the marriage that must occur before you can simply walk away. And the second marriage that you're now in is void on its face until we get this one sorted out. Very, very interesting. We see this a lot with nikah namas as well. And so people of, say, the Muslim background will fly back to a traditionally Muslim country and receive a divorce decree there for the equivalent of $100, come back here, present that with much emotion then on the wife's face. And then they come to us saying, well, what can be done? And so please know that we have experience with international marriages and international divorces and international polygamous marriages and all of the intricate fact patterns that result from all of this. And we have represented both sides, and we understand that there are cultural differences that we have to educate on the legal reality here. So some people, in other words, make these mistakes because this is what they grew up seeing. They immigrate here and they simply were unaware that they can no longer continue to do that. And so sometimes this is innocent error. And so we have grace for those that need to be educated on how it will occur here, but we also want to support and protect those that, so there's stability for particularly the children involved. So whether you're on either side of this conversation, we have experience helping folks. We have navigated through, and we can help you. It begins with a comprehensive case preparation meeting, and oftentimes my free book on divorce and custody in Virginia will help educate you to the laws here and what you truly can expect through divorce or custody action in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you.